Hey everybody, it's me, Moody Boo, and if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for showing up, and if you're not new, welcome back. So it's such a pretty day, I just thought I'd go ahead and do a quick review outside. My husband is coming home from being out of town and it's our anniversary weekend, so I didn't want to take a lot of time to do a bunch of planning, all my prep work for my videos like I usually do. So I just stepped outside and grabbed my Amouage material and decided I'd just go ahead and do the review. So let's get started. So I was so intrigued by the notes of this Amouage that of course I had to get a decant. And I got a nice size one. This is no, the other one was just a dabber kind of a sample. It wasn't very good. I got 2 or 3 uses out of it and that was about it. So this one though, I have been wearing the heck out of it the past several days. And yeah, I've got thoughts. So let me tell you the notes. It's patchouli, Eleni, vanilla, benzoin, tonka, labdanum, frankincense, gaiac, oud, and osmanthus. And that's according to Amouage's website, not Fragrantica, even though Fragrantica had it right. So when I first spray this, that's when I really get the Eleni. It's a very piney smelling kind of Eleni, and it lingers for a bit of time. Not a lot, but some. I would say maybe 30 minutes to an hour you really get the Eleni. But with the Eleni is strong at first, but then comes in the benzoin, the tonka, the vanilla, and the frankincense. And it really warms it up and makes it much more woody. And you would think with these notes that it would be very gourmand, but it isn't. It's not very gourmand at all, in my opinion. It has gourmand kind of essences to it, but it remains a very oudy, woody, gaiac-y kind of an aroma. So after the Eleni tames down, it's not real sweet at any given point, but it has a sweetness to it. But it's very woody and it's very warm and rich kind of wood. Ah, my hair is making me insane.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell.
And then the frankincense gives it kind of this distant smokiness. Like there's a church in the distance, maybe with a wood-burning fireplace and a lot of incense being burned inside the church. But it's not real prevalent where you're standing, but it's definitely in the background. It's woody, it's rich, it's a bit dry, it's very unisex. I wouldn't say it goes to one side or the other at all. It stays right in the center. It's almost like it's a winter perfume that really wished it could have been born a summer perfume. Now, here's why. It doesn't perform like a winter perfume. It doesn't perform like a cold weather perfume at all, on me, ever. The projection is very intimate. I gave it 4 sprays right before I started this video, and I have to get my nose down quite close to it. It lasts pretty good, about 8 hours I get out of it, but as far as the projection, which is really important to me, that's potentially more important to me than the longevity. I can handle a perfume being 5-6 hours long as it projects fairly well and I'm able to enjoy it without having to purposefully enjoy it, without having to recognize I'm wearing perfume, put my nose down there and seek it out. Instead, I want to be reminded of it by wafts of it hitting me during the day or during the night. It doesn't have to be a lot, but I do want to know I'm wearing a perfume personally. It's lovely. It's very lovely. That tonka, I think, becomes much more prominent as it dries down, and it mixes with the woody notes beautifully. They blend perfectly together, and it gives the woodiness just a hint of this almost edible chewiness going on in the background. But it stays that rich, warm, woody, slightly sweet kind of a fragrance for most of the journey. There isn't a big change in the way this perfume, the way it smells from start to finish, with the exception of the Eleni. That does change things at the beginning. But once that kind of tames down, all of the other notes kind of come up, then it's pretty much that way for the rest of the wearing. I almost feel like the sweetness isn't as much from the vanilla as it is from the tonka. I know on Fragrantica most people said it was the vanilla. I don't agree with that. It's not a vanilla kind of sweetness. And I think a lot of you know what I mean by that. Vanilla has a very distinct way it sweetens a perfume, and so does tonka, in my opinion. It's almost more of a darker kind of a gourmand sweetness than vanilla. Vanilla makes a perfume smell a little more bright and happy, in my opinion, and flavorful, whereas tonka can make it sweeter but darker at the same time. And that's kind of what I get with this. Will I be buying a full bottle of this? I don't think so. Like I've said, I've worked with it for several days. Probably I've worn it maybe 10 times, and I love the aroma. It does have just the spirit of some other perfumes. It just kind of reminds me of some other perfumes I can't put my finger on right now, but I'll think of it. And the performance issue, which is really a dichotomy. It's almost oxymoronic to think of Amouage with a perfume that doesn't perform real well, especially with some of the notes that are in this one. So, I don't know. All right, well, I guess that's about it. I think I've said everything, you know, and it's a spendy perfume. It's like $340 for 100 mLs. They don't have any other sizes of it yet. And my next Amouage is going to be Crimson Rocks, hands down. That is going to be my next Amouage purchase. I still love that. I'm just kind of waiting for it to kind of come down in price a little bit, because like Sunshine Woman, I bought that one just immediately because I loved it so much. And within a year or two, it really almost dropped like $100, $150 in price. So I figure I'll wait. I'll just wait a little while, and I'll get Crimson Rocks down the road. So I'm trying to be quiet because there's park behind me and there's all kinds of people around. So don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell and comment if you want. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. Use your own nose. Peace.